Pentagon made a statement, and they basically said that this operation against Houthis are being met with very limited success. Limited success. I'm quoting them directly. It basically means that since the start of this war, even though United States military believed that they could actually destroy the Houthis, and this is what Donald Trump said too, that we will be decimating them, we'll be defeating them, and we're pounding them every single day. Even though all of this rhetoric is coming both from Donald Trump and also from his press secretary and Pentagon, nevertheless, Houthis are showing their true strength. Now, I want to play this video from a Pentagon official, what he was talking about.
As I'm sure you've all seen over the weekend, U.S. Central Command Forces initiated a series of operations consisting of precision strikes against Iran-backed Houthi targets across Yemen to restore freedom of navigation and reestablish American deterrence. For years, the Houthis have targeted U.S. military ships and aircraft. They've hit commercial ships as well, including U.S. flagged vessels, and they threaten our personnel overseas. Houthi terrorists have launched missiles, one-way attack drones at U.S. warships over 170 times, and at commercial vessels 145 times since 2003. I know what it's like to be in a situation when you're under fire by the enemy. Your life is at risk. The life of your friends and your battle buddies is at risk, and you're prohibited from returning fire. That's a hellish situation that I wouldn't wish on my worst adversary. It's a tough position that we put America's sons and daughters in.
Okay, so basically here you can clearly see that he's admitting that the campaign against the Houthis will be very, very fatal. He admitted it, and he said it is hellish to send our military, our men and women in harm's way. So again, this is coming in regards to the Houthis, not against Iran. So a Pentagon official, he's the spokesman, he warned Houthis later on in the speech. Take a listen, actually.
Under President Trump and Secretary Hegseth's leadership, we will defend our sons and daughters. If you shoot at American troops, there will be consequences.
Okay, so there will be consequences. And what is the consequence? Well, they are pounding on the Yemenis, the Houthis. They have killed hundreds by now, U.S. airstrikes. And most of these airstrikes campaign have been absolute failure, according to the Pentagon official, not coming from me, but from the Pentagon official, that this campaign is now facing big setbacks. And Houthis, in response, they are targeting the USS Harry S. Truman, as we have spoken about this in our previous videos. And therefore, Houthis looks like winning at the moment. At least they are not at the back foot. Take a listen at what Pepe Escobar is saying, that Yemeni missile hit U.S. warships, Middle East on edge. Take a look at what he's saying in regards to why the Houthis will fight.
They're fighting back. They're fighting back so hard. And did you see any sort of sign that they're going to change their policy, or they're waiting for the United States to see what they're doing in order to respond to the United States?
Well, first of all, they will never back down, because for them it's a matter of honor. It's their word, their honor, their moral clarity, their strength of spirit, their commitment, the brotherly love that they express, and the preoccupation that they express with their brothers and sisters in Palestine. This is a state policy, which is, I should keep, I've been doing a lot of podcasts for quite a while. This is our second conversation on Yemen, but it's very important to remind our audience that in the Yemeni system of government,
social media can't stop sharing.
Okay, so in the Yemeni system of government, they basically take order about this war, not from the Houthi, the spiritual head of Yemen, but from the political parties. In other words, the state policy is that they are going to get together and defend their country for the sake of protecting the people of Gaza, and also to defend the country of Yemen itself. And they have been so far very, very successful. Take a listen.
In the past 1 week, the Houthis have struck Israel at least 7 times, and the majority of its strikes are centered around the heart of Israel, Tel Aviv, and Israel's international Ben Gurion airport. US President Donald Trump held Iran responsible for the relentless strikes on its vessels in the Red Sea and vowed to eliminate the Yemeni group. Sending a warning signal to Iran, US has reportedly deployed a squadron of US B-2 Spirit stealth bombers to the Indian Ocean's Diego Garcia Island.
Okay, so Diego Garcia Island, as we have seen, is now getting all of these U.S. military assets concentrated there for the sake of attacking the Iranian forces. That's what Donald Trump, his administration, said. But at the same time, Iran is also readying its army. They are preparing the military for a direct confrontation against the United States. Also, we have seen Russia is joining the rhetoric. I mean, Donald Trump, if he thinks that his harsh rhetoric would do the job, he does have a match now, and that is Vladimir Putin. And Putin is issuing same kind of rhetoric against United States. There are potential operation against Iran, its nuclear sites, and he warned them that this is something quote unquote unacceptable. Putin said any aggression against Iran by US is unacceptable, quote unquote. And so we see that Pete Hegseth, the defense secretary, he is now meeting with his officials, with the military personnel, in order to assess the situation on a regular basis, and they are now holding this kind of emergency meetings almost on a regular basis. I want you to actually take a look at this commentary from Pepe Escobar a little bit more, so that you can understand better as to why the Houthis would not give up.
Of course, there is a supreme leader, which is al-Houthi. But the decisions, he offers spiritual guidance, and of course, based on pure Quranic principles. But the political decisions are taken by a high political council of 9 members, of which I had the honor to meet 4 last week. And of course, the small group of us who were there, we discussed extensively with them. And of course, it's absolutely unified and consensual vision. They know exactly what they are doing. They stand by what they're doing. For instance, in some of the conversations, I was trying to tell them, of course, they may know that all across the global majority, the global south, they have enormous support, especially young people everywhere, including people in the global north as well. But at the same time, in the conversations, I was saying, do you really know who you are up against? This is a bunch of nuclear-armed psychos. These people are extremely dangerous, and they are set to destroy you. And their president is actually saying it. His own words, we're going to annihilate the Houthis in Yemen. So many of us, especially after what we lived last week, which is something undescribable. I wrote a first column, which is already published on Sputnik in Moscow.
So basically, Houthis, when he was talking to them, Pepe Escobar, and he was warning them against United States because of their military strength, the Houthis brushed it off. They were like, yeah, we don't care. Whatever you ask, we don't care. I mean, this is why they are in this. And they are attacking not just United States, but also Israel. Guys, Houthis are ramping up their efforts. And now we have another report where it says that Iran left Yemen. Iranian officials, they left Yemen. Some people say, well, they are abandoning the Houthis. Well, according to some other people, the reason Iran is leaving Yemen is because Iran is convinced that the Houthis can defend itself. They do not need any help from Iran or anybody else. Plus, obviously, we know the situation around the Diego Garcia Island, where United States is piling up with a lot of military assets. So Iran is also getting ready. They want to shift. They want to move their forces to the place where it matters the most at the moment. Subscribe for more updates. See you in the next one.